Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Business from Scratch podcast. I'm your host, Abby McGee. Today's really special for me and one I've kind of been putting off for a minute because I was trying to figure out how I wanted to do it. But today we're sitting down with my business partner, Matt Ray. Matt is my co-owner of the Starling here in Wilmington and was my co-founder of the Ibis as well. I've known him since he was a little itty bitty child. And today we're going to talk about being in partnership with your friends and how to survive it. We're going to talk about his main business, which is food and lifestyle photography, how to survive all the changes that are happening in that world. It's a really good conversation that I think you're going to love. So let's get into it. You're listening to Business from Scratch, the podcast for people building businesses they love without losing themselves along the way. I'm your host, Abby McGee. Let's get started. Matt Ray.
Hello, Abby.
You're here.
I am here, finally.
It's about time.
I'm starting to take it personal.
I'm sorry it took me so long. I was trying to figure out how I wanted to do this because, First of all, you're my friend. You're like brother. Mm-hmm. We've opened 2 businesses together. There's a lot. It's a lot of history there.
There is a lot.
So I was trying to make sure my head was in the right space.
So this will be a 4-hour episode?
No, absolutely not. So for those of you who don't know, Matt is my business partner at the Starling. He was also my co-founder and business partner when we opened the Ibis, which we have now sold to new owners, which we'll talk about a little bit. And I've known him, we've known each other since we were children.
1989.
Children.
Sorry, I gave away your age. No, that doesn't give away your age.
Well, when I say that I was 14 in 1989, then that gives away my age.
That does do it.
How old were you?
I would have been 9.
Okay. So, yeah, I've known you since you were a child.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We have a lot of history and we have a lot to talk about. And you also are one of the best food and lifestyle photographers I've ever known.
One of the best and
ever.
Right here in the zip code?
No, ever. All over. In the world.
Now we're talking.
In the world.
I'll pay you later.
I like to tell people that I'm the reason why you got into food photography too. So
it's fair.
I like to take that credit.
I tell them it's the reason you got into cooking. I'm just kidding.
Okay. Well, so I want to talk about a lot of things, but first of all, why don't you just give everybody a little overview of, apart from our businesses that we do together, what you do? So
I'm a predominantly food and beverage photographer. Mm-hmm. Started out doing weddings and portraits probably 25 years ago. And then not quickly, but over time realized that weddings are so seasonal that I got tired of starving in the winter, you know? And so it was right around the same time as like when Instagram started to become a big deal. I was like, hey, it'd be kind of neat to, shoot something I love, which is food, and do something consistently for clients that need consistent images for social media, which was revolutionary at the time, but now it's like what everyone does. And I think that was around the same time you started chefing a bit.
Well, I started food blogging a bit.
Food blogging.
I wouldn't say chefing.
The Nosh Room, is that what it was?
Yeah, it was called the Nosh Room back in the day when it was just a food blog, and you shot cookies in my kitchen.
Yes.
And cookies. I love and hate those pictures.
Same.
Me too. They're the worst.
You insist on still using them and tagging me. I also remember the name of those cookies that since it was the Nosh Room, we called them can we say?
Yeah.
Okay, you call them no shit cookies. It was Nosh it. Anyway. But yeah, I started shooting with your food, kind of learned a lot at the beginning then, and that is pretty much what got me into it. So
I love it. Well, let's fast forward many, many years to us deciding to go into business together, which was kind of random, but yet kind of not. We kind of like tossed around the idea. But if you can remember, what was going through your head when I called you that day and was like, hey, do you want to open a bar?
Yeah. So what is she thinking? It was one thing. No, it was, I love the idea. I mean, we've always, growing up, I think or at least later in life, when you started having food nights at your house, It kind of opened up a whole new world of community and just having people over for drinks and food and all of that. And so I was a bourbon guy at the time. You were a wine lady, and that opportunity opened up right there in the Cargo District. And I had a studio at the time in Design Works.
Oh yeah.
And the little fishbowl.
We had that together. It was my office and it was your
That's
studio.
right. Yeah, we
shared it.
And so you mentioned, hey, what would you think about opening a bar? And I don't think I hesitated. I think I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So.
And we moved pretty quickly. I think from the time we had that conversation to the time we opened the bar was like 6 months.
Yeah, because we had quick. No, I think it was even less than that, because I think we started talking in December and we're open by April 15th of the following year.
That is crazy, because I've never done anything else that fast.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Well, when you make your mind up about something,
let's go.
It's the Abby effect. So.
What do you wish you knew about everything? If you could go back,
that's a
question. Now that we've owned 2 bars together and owned them for it's been 4 years now since we opened our first one. Thinking back to all the lessons we've learned, what do you wish? Would you say yes again if you had to go back?
I would say yes to a lot of it. I would say no to some of it.
What would you say no to?
Oh gosh, we don't.
I want to know.
Jump right in.
I want to know.
Yeah,
what would you say no to?
Because
this is because this is real. Because you learn, you say yes to a business, and you get into it, and you're like, "What the actual hell have I done?" And you learn all these lessons, and you have on this side of it, you have the luxury of looking back and saying, "Okay, I would not do that again, or I would do this differently."
Starling, I don't think I would have changed anything from opening that. I think that when we opened that, at the time we were, like the only cocktail bar in the Cargo District. It was an incredible first year. Just came out the gates running there. One thing that I was excited about going into business in that type of business, I've always been self-employed with photography, but never had like a brick and mortar place. The best decision I could make was doing it with someone like you, who is way better, I think, at business than I am. But we both had such a long history in this town. And this is something I told you about then that I felt confident about is, my history of doing business well, as far as my interactions with customers and a good reputation and that sort of thing. And so I think that was an opportunity for us to leverage the relationships we've already built over the years in this town and say, hey, now we're coming together and creating a place for a community to come have a drink, talk, have conversations, that sort of thing. I think it was incredible. I think what I probably would have done different is managing that excitement a little bit when it came into opening a second bar.
Right.
Right. You know what I mean? Because you making those decisions in the height of the excitement can, it's like making an emotional decision sometimes. It feels...
you feel kind of invincible. Like you open a business and it goes really well.
Yeah.
Really, really well. And you feel like, okay, we know what we're doing. Like this is look at what we did.
They love us.
And we didn't give it enough time for like the hype and the newness of it to settle in and to see really what it required to run it, to maintain it.
Right.
And we jumped. Starling had been open a year, right? When we
we were newlywed stage there. We were just like, let's
and had not gone to therapy yet.
Right.
We still haven't gone to therapy, just in case y'all are wondering. We don't do that. But
let's have a second baby.
I don't know. That's what it was like, because you're like, oh, look at what we did, and we're so good at this. And we had signed on the dotted line to open up the next one within a year. And I think we opened up another really kick-ass business. However, we quickly found out what it was like for like the long term to manage and run a hospitality brick and mortar.
And with the unforeseens in that industry as well.
Right.
I mean, there's, it was at the time where, I don't want to say the sobriety movement, but a lot of people stopped or went way lower on their alcohol drinking and that sort of thing. And all these NA options started coming in. So it's like,
at the same time that 4,000 other bars opened in our area.
Yeah.
So there's and that's one thing that I love about Salt and Charm is like it's kind of insulated from that a little bit. The event industry is so different than the restaurant and bar industry. And so anyway, I think you're right. I think if we could both go back, we would have let Starling go a little bit longer and gotten gotten into it more and learned more before we decided to open another one. But we did. And we opened another one and then we were in it.
Oh yeah, there's no getting out of that point.
Right.
So, and you know, and it's tricky too because you and I are not owner operators so much. And we're still operating, but like we both have our main full-time jobs that are incredibly full-time. And so that makes it tricky as well. It's like you know, it's tougher to actually make income at that point, you know, if you're having to hire everyone for every position, you know, and you can't even be there. So.
Right. Yeah, it's hard. How do you feel now about when we sold the Ibis? So we had owned it how long when we sold it?
2 years.
2 years. Almost exactly 2 years. And we sold it to a wonderful group of business owners. And I had never, I didn't frame business ownership as let me start something so that I can sell it. That was never the intent. I get really attached to what I create and do.
Right.
So it was really a mindset shift for me to think about letting go of something. Was it the same for you?
Oh yeah, it's incredibly hard. I mean, you feel like it's your baby. Like, you know, you've bled and you sweat over it. So it's like, you know, and you've almost developed a sense of identity with it in this city, you know, and people are like, oh yeah, this is the thing that Matt and Abby, you know, own and did and created and all of that. And there's an enjoyment with that of knowing that it's yours and that it's, you know, you're proud when you walk in and that sort of thing. And there's still a sense of that pride even when I walk in it now into the Ibis. But that is tough when it comes to let it go. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know that either of us saw it as like, we're going to have this into retirement age.
No.
You know what I mean? But it's,
no,
you didn't know how soon it was going to be.
Right.
Or whatever. But
yeah, it was mental gymnastics for me, that especially like the last few months before we handed over the keys. Like every time I'd go in there and it would be full of people just having a great time. And I would be like, oh, do we really want to sell it? Look at this.
We text each other a picture like, hey.
Yeah. Look at this.
Do we want to sell it?
Do we? But I feel like it was the right thing to do. I think our other businesses deserved our attention more. And so I don't regret it at all.
Right.
It is so weird to go in and I go in there still to this day and I'm looking around like I want to like do things. I want to like handle things.
Yeah, yeah.
But you can't.
And the employees don't know who you are.
Right.
I walk in, they're like, you know.
What's your name? So I can write it on the cup.
Like, do you know who I am? I was like,
I'm Abby. Does that name ring a bell? No, it's weird, but it's good. And I think that's kind of shifted my mindset about anything in the future that I would do, that, you know, it's okay to start something, grow it, and then let it go and let it be what it needs to be without you. It's like a kid. Like my youngest is getting ready to like not need me.
I know.
And that's a mindset shift. Like I got to let them do their thing.
Yeah. Mine is 14. She's not there yet, but you know, she's definitely in that stage where nothing I say matters anyways.
Yeah, right. She might as well be on her own.
It's like, she already knows everything, so there's no need for daddy.
That's so fun. That's such a fun age.
Love that.
All right. Well, let's move over to photography for a minute. You're so good at it, first of all, and I don't know what I would have done without your skill over the years in Salt and Charm. Like you have helped me build a brand visually, which is so important. But you know, because we're so close and we talk all the time. Like I know some of the challenges in your industry. You're very successful. You're very busy. You work with some of the most well-known brands in North Carolina, at least. Like it's wild who you work with, and if any of you like scroll through his Instagram feed, it's insane who you get to work with.
Yeah.
But there are challenges in your industry right now. A couple that I can think of are like everybody's a photographer these days.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks they're a photographer. Everybody has like this fantastic camera in their back pocket on their
Honestly,
phone.
my biggest competition is the iPhones.
Yep. And then, of course, there's the monkey wrench that AI throws into everything that creators are doing now. So let's talk about some of those things. What would you say to, or what do you say to people when their argument to you is, I can just do the pictures myself?
My argument is, good, you should. If that's your mentality, then I'm probably not your guy anyway.
Yeah.
And that's always tough, is knowing who is your client and who is not your client. And I am not good at saying no. Not good at all. The things I find myself shooting sometimes, I'm like, why am I here? Why am I doing this? You know? And I'm learning, it's taking me forever to learn that. You know, like, okay, I should have said no, but I didn't, but here I am. But as far as the challenges, you know, I'll just start with the AI thing. You know, that is a very present situation right now. And I honestly don't think it's going to end up being as much of a challenge as I had feared it would. You know, I think there's a kickback in the photo world right now where it's a lot of, I saw a business recently, I think it was out in New York. It was a bagel company where they started posting AI pictures of their bagels, and they just had a huge public outcry.
Yeah.
Like, people started commenting and like boycotting them because they were like, stop using AI to showcase this product that you create.
Yeah. You actually have.
You actually make this product, and you're using AI to represent it. And it's kind of neat to see that. You know, they put out this big statement, sorry guys, we're hiring a photographer. And I'm like, yes.
Did you see the video going around social media recently about this commencement speaker at a university, and in her commencement address, I don't remember which school it was and who the speaker was, but she was saying, in the age of AI, you have so many opportunities, and she got booed off the stage.
I did see that, actually. Yes.
And she was like, what is happening right now? She was trying to like laugh it off, and she kept going with her speech that kept talking about, and they kept booing her.
Yeah. And I love that.
Yeah, I do too.
And I'm like, you know, it's kind of funny though, because like I love it from a career standpoint, because as a photographer, I think we're moving towards an age of authenticity. So with AI, it's opening up a whole door on the other end for authenticity. Prove that you created this, that you were here in this moment to witness this thing and to create this thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I posted some pictures of a burger last week for Burger Week, and I'm not gonna lie, they're amazing pictures because I spent a lot of time lighting it to make sure that it was exactly every nuance of where that burger was. It was gonna be lit the way I wanted it to be lit. And then after it was done and I posted it, I was like, well, damn, this looks like AI.
It's too perfect.
Yeah. And
I'm
it's like,
too good.
Yeah, that's what I said to myself, yeah. But it's, and at the end of that post, I said, like, not AI, just damn good lighting. You know?
Yeah, to make sure.
You know? And you feel like you need to justify this now to say, I actually did the work to make what AI could have done in a half a second.
Right.
You know, and they couldn't have done it. They couldn't have created that burger
Right.
that chef made. And that's the thing, too, as a chef is an artist in themselves. And so it's like, they don't want to put out something they didn't actually create. They want you to showcase what their artwork is. And so it's like, you know.
What do you think the difference is, like, in this argument of like wanting to go back more towards being real? Like, what's the difference in using AI to create a picture of a product, a hamburger, and somebody taking a picture of a portrait or a picture of a bride and photoshopping the shit out of it so it's not even them? Like, what's the difference? It's not AI. It's not AI, but it's fake.
And that's the tricky thing. Is like, I can sit here and stand on my laurels about, like, you know, don't use AI and all this stuff. But at the same time, I've got ChatGPT on my phone, and I use it to, you know, like, correct my grammar and, you know, other basic things. But, and then even in the Photoshop world, if I'm Photoshopping or if I'm, you know, editing weddings, of course I'm going to remove certain things that a bride would not love about herself. Not to the degree where I'm going to take 50 pounds off. Person. I'm not going to, I don't get into that at all. And there's not much of a difference. It is people trying to show themselves in the best light possible, something where they feel confident, where they feel good about who they are. And that's good to the extent that it doesn't compromise, or it doesn't replace the need for authenticity. So, and I think we are swinging to the other direction of it, which
I hope so.
I've got, and this is where it's interesting too, because I've seen a lot of articles and everything where people are, and clients and marketing in general is wanting less perfect everything for this reason. Like I've had
there's
clients,
no question.
Yeah, I've had clients that have actually hired me to come in and take iPhone pictures and not even use my professional camera.
Really?
Yeah, because they want just real life content. So they want my eye, to capture a moment, but they don't want, all the edits and
The perfect
everything.
to go on a magazine cover kind of thing.
Which is tricky when you spend your whole career
being able to
learning
do that.
how to actually master a skill set, and then all of a sudden, hey, we don't want any of that skill set anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I want it to look like I took it, but better.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tricky. And I do, as you know, with Salt and Charm and with all the marketing and socials that I do a mix of things that you create that are perfect and beautiful that we actually did make in our kitchen. But then I'll do stuff that's on and I'm terrible at it.
Yeah.
But I will put that up there because I feel like it's the human part of my business. Like it's not all perfect.
Right.
So have you seen it? Have you seen, other than the bagel story, like have you seen it come back to bite businesses when they're not being super intentional about, like if you have a business that isn't investing anything in like the product that you create, do you feel like it is hurting them in the long run?
Absolutely. I think there's, and there's businesses I work for in town here that I've seen actually do the work to, or pay for marketing to actually tell their story because they're proud of their story. You know what I mean? They're not just trying to sell a product. I'll call out End of Days right now, Distillery. I think they're one of the best, ever in this regard. And
Beth is coming on next week.
Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah.
But they have an incredible story with what they do. And they, since day one when they opened, and it was right when COVID started too, when it was not easy to make all these decisions, but they brought me on at that beginning and have had me ever since to tell the story of their brand, and so now I know their brand well. I feel like it's, in many ways, I feel like it's my brand. You know what I mean? And so there's a bit of ownership that happens with that. And so you've seen, over the years, some consistency in how they tell their story, and I think it takes some time for some businesses, for customers to start to see like, that's a brand I want to get behind because they're authentic, because I know their story now, I'm part of it, and that sort of thing. So, it's an investment to me for a client to bring me in. But the cool thing about food and beverage for me is that I'm really personally invested in it.
Right.
Because I love food.
Yes, yes, you do.
I always say I have body by food photography.
Yes, you do.
Well, first of all, how dare you? Gosh.
Listen, I'm just trying to be agreeable.
Yeah. No. But, I just love, I can get into all that, but like, I just love every bit about what I do, not just photographing.
Well, and you can tell, like you can tell when somebody's taking a picture of a hamburger that really just wants to eat the hamburger. Like you can tell there's a difference.
What are you saying?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You can tell. You can tell when somebody loves the product that they're creating.
Yeah.
And loves the material that they get to work with. It's different,
Yeah, for sure.
So,
and there were brands like even during, like True Blue during COVID was one of the top brands to like say, hey, we're not going to shrink back in this weird time. We're going to capitalize on it. And they started creating, the whole roadside pickup, and changing every day what their menu was going to be. And they capitalized on it and did amazing at that time, and brought me in for the marketing in it and, the photography and that sort of thing. And so, those brands that see an opportunity and are willing to invest and pay money into seeing this story get told and attract customers is pretty amazing.
This episode is supported by Salt and Charm, the business I built long before this podcast ever existed. We offer luxury private chef experiences, full service catering, and curated weekly meal prep delivery in Wilmington and surrounding areas. Salt and Charm is where I've learned the lessons I share here about resilience, leadership, growth, and building something that doesn't run your life. We believe hosting should feel joyful and everyday meals should feel intentional. If you're in Wilmington, Hampstead, Wrightsville Beach, or Brunswick County, we'd love to serve you. Visit us on Instagram at Salt and Charm and on our website at saltandcharm.co to learn more. And just for our listeners here on the podcast, get $10 off your next meal prep order by using code podcast at checkout. Every week, we feed hundreds of people at their dinner tables, and we would love to help make your week a little less stressful and a lot more delicious. Do you, what do you enjoy the most? And you might not want to answer this because I'm sure you don't want to like offend any of your clients, but like, what do you enjoy the most? You enjoy like working with local brands to promote their brand locally, or do you enjoy the print work?
Oh gosh.
And you might even enjoy them equally. I mean, it's different.
I mean, print work as an artist is my favorite.
Yeah.
Just because photography is interesting because it's like in the beginning it was all about, are you going to frame this? And then it became about, hey, we need this for a post.
Mm-hmm. That's
going to live for 24 hours.
Yeah.
And then we need another one. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so as an artist, it becomes like, you know, when something's in print, you're like, oh man, I get to go back and keep looking at that. Or people are going to put that on their coffee table or whatever.
They're going to frame it and put it in their office.
And I love that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, that's so cool to me when clients do that. Or even, you know, I have clients that will print my pictures and use them as their menus or on their stand-ups on their tables. Like that's end of days, I keep calling them out, but they do that a lot too. And so it's cool to walk into their facility and see like, oh, sweet, it's like a little gallery here, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But there's something special about print. There always will be in my mind.
For sure. I want to talk about video too, because that is you do some video work, but it's not your thing. And I know that you're competing against the need for your whole Instagram feed to be video. And that's a real challenge that you have in your business right now, is that people think that they need that and they don't need photography anymore.
Right.
So are you trying to find ways to pivot into that as well? Or are you trying to like stay in your lane?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely staying in my lane. There's no way I can move the demands in the whole marketing world when it comes to this, but obviously I want to scream photography all day. But I see where video has value for people, short form video, that sort of thing. So I think as a photographer, what has become valuable right now is on the video side of things is video of me doing what I do. You know what I'm saying? It's the actual human side of it. So like if I take a photo, you know, hey, we want to see behind the scenes of how you set that up and how you lit it and all of that. You know what I'm saying? That's where I feel like video comes into play for me.
And are your brands asking for that, for them to use in their marketing?
Some do. Some brands like to, you know, have my face in it. If, you know, a video of me doing something or whatever. So I just, you know, make sure I'm sucking in whenever they, you know, whenever they're videoing or whatever.
I mean,
it's always the sneaky ones where I get tagged later. I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't know they were a video.
What's that saying? Never trust a skinny chef. You should never trust a skinny food photographer either.
That's right. It's not doing his job.
Because you're not photographing good enough food. You're not eating it. So you're not going to, you feel like you're not going to get into offering video as a menu item.
I mean, I do offer video in the sense that if you booked me for a photo shoot, I will do short video clips that I'm happy to hand over, but I'm not necessarily going to be the one creating your reels for you.
Right.
I'm not saying I won't ever do that.
Right.
I'm not saying I won't ever do video, because I'm up for changing in certain regards, but there's photography for the social media need, which is where the video comes into play. But a lot of what I I mean, my goal, like what I want to shoot, you know, if I could retire shooting a certain thing, it would be cookbooks in print or, you know, big magazines, you know, that are more statewide or nationwide or whatever. And you can't use video in print. So
True. That is true.
So for me, as I'm aiming towards that, that's why I'm not saying, hey, like it sounds however, but I've got a good bit of work right now. And so I don't need to say, you know what, yeah, I'll do video. I got to pivot because I have to have this. If that were to happen and I needed that to put bread on the table, then
you do what you got to do.
You'd see me doing video. Yeah. But right now it's like my sights are on more the publication kind of stuff. That's what I really want to do. And I even saying that I still love what I do, with social media stuff, but like you want to see it in print.
Yeah. So how are you, how did you first get your foot in the door in print?
Oh gosh. I don't remember where it started.
What was your first?
My first job?
Your first magazine that you had photography in?
Jeez. It was, what's that?
Encore?
Relevant magazine.
You were in Relevant?
Yeah, my first thing was Relevant magazine.
What did you do for Relevant?
But it was like...
It wasn't food.
It wasn't like they hired me to do it. It was someone else that I had shot that they wanted the license to use that image for Relevant.
Was it a band?
It was John Mark McMillan.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like a full page thing. It was a picture that I was really proud of. And I was like, man, that's
very cool.
I didn't get paid for it, but hey.
Did that like light a fire though? Like, oh man, this feels really good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, anytime you see something like that and you know that it's going in other people's hands and everyone's enjoying it, there's a certain pride behind that for sure. My very first job was one that was printed, not in a magazine, but it was, have I ever told you this story?
Probably.
My very first paid job was also my highest profile job probably today.
You have to remind, I'm sure you've told me, but I don't remember.
Now, I was working at a coffee shop in Charlotte and I was at the register and one of our regular customers came in and she was on the phone and she puts her phone on. She goes, Matt, do you happen to know a photographer for an event that we have coming up? And I'm like, I'm your guy. You know, I'm all about some fake it till you make it. I'm just going to say yes. I don't even know what this is we're talking about. She gets back on the phone and she goes, we found our photographer. She hangs up, does her coffee order, walks over. I was like, so what am I shooting? She said, so I'm working with the NFL for the NFL kickoff season for the Charlotte Panthers.
You have not told me this story.
Okay, so we're in Charlotte. She goes, we're doing a kickoff season with the Panthers, and we've got Joe Namath coming in.
The heck?
Hall of Fame Joe Namath coming in.
I don't know the story.
And we need someone to photograph him with all of our big sponsors so we can print him and give them to him. And I'm like, oh, God.
What have I done?
What have I done? But I couldn't
let back then, you didn't have ChatGPT to say, how do I do this?
Absolutely. So, you know, it came time for the event, and I literally gathered together every bit of photo equipment I had, which was nothing at the time, but I wanted it to look like a lot. So then I showed up to this place, and they had like full green screen, and they had their video team there, and everyone. I was like, "Oh my God, what am I doing?" And I just like walked in, and you know, their video people, their media team would ask me questions, and I would just get on my phone and pretend like I was on a phone call, so I didn't have to answer.
Matt Ray.
Yeah, because I didn't know. Like I was.
What? I 100% have not heard this story.
Yeah, and I spent the entire day just me and Joe Namath photographing all these sponsors that came in, and on a green screen, and edited them and gave them to him. And my first paycheck doing photography was made out to me from ESPN Disney, because that's who hired me to do that.
Dang.
How much do you think I got paid for that whole day of shooting?
When was it? How many years ago?
25 years ago.
$200.
$200 is what they paid me.
In today's money, that is what?
$200. I would have easily quoted that as a $5,000 job.
Right.
Given the amount of how long it took you. Yeah. But yeah, and I still have that pay stub.
That is crazy.
Yeah, so that was my... And I've always told that story as, you know, faking it till you make it. Like sometimes, like I live with eternal imposter syndrome. Like I have it every day I wake up.
Same.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I've learned to just embrace that, it's a good thing. Like you know what, it's going to push me to become better at what I do. And so that was actual imposter.
You were a
literally
imposter.
An imposter.
So now you have trauma response.
When they saw me quote them $200, they should have known at that point, this guy doesn't have a damn clue.
They paid you $200 because you told them that's what to pay you?
Yeah.
Oh, Matt.
I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to quote. I thought I was making bank at that point.
That actually leads me into what I wanted, the one of the last things I want to talk to you about is pricing. And how over the years you have figured out how to price your product. And I know it has probably gone in a lot of different directions as you kind of figured out what the market would bear. As you grew in your understanding and skill level, then you could charge more. Yeah. As your demand grew, all of that. So like walk me through as a creative when yes, you're giving them a tangible product. But I imagine a lot of people are like, but it's just you and a camera. Like, you don't have a lot of overhead.
You're just pressing a button.
You're just pressing a button. How much could that cost? Or
can you just take the pictures and I'll edit them later?
Right.
Love that one.
Right. So how do you figure out what to charge people for what you do at this stage in your life with all the years of experience and knowing what you know?
Yeah, that's such a tough one. And now it's almost like, okay, what's it going to cost me to leave the comfort of my house and my family right now to go out to this? You know,
right.
Here's what I'm going to charge for that. But no, realistically, like I have not been the best at changing my prices. My prices have pretty much stayed the same for the past at least 7 years. And, you know, I think I'm priced competitively, but also I don't know. So this is a tough one.
It is hard.
And
that's the reaction that I get from everybody that I ask this question to. Everybody always struggles with knowing how to value your work. Yeah.
So a lot of it is you just have to grit your teeth and put the quote out there. Like I hate quoting people. My favorite thing to say if I'm quoting someone is like, hey, so let me know if you're trying to work within a specific budget and let me know kind of what that is. You know, can you give me a clue into what is shocking to you and what's not? Because at a Wilmington level versus a North Carolina level versus a America level, the pricing changes dramatically. And so, like, you know, I've even used ChatGPT before to say, hey, what is, you know, if you were going to price out for this situation, what does that look like? And Chat will send back a quote to me that is just like, you know, if people already think I'm expensive, be glad that I don't use Chat because, and, you know, and I recently told Chat, I was like, okay, listen, I feel like you're giving me quotes based on New York and LA and all this stuff. I'm in Wilmington. And it actually answered back and said, you're right, we have been. I was like, okay, cool. Thanks for that. And, but even when it came back, it's like, you know, it's still pretty high up there. And Wilmington's tricky because Wilmington it takes a while, it seems like, for Wilmington to get to where even Raleigh is and some of these other places. I'll send a quote to Raleigh and they'll be like, yep, that sounds good. Let's do it. Send it to Wilmington. They're like, oh, man, there's no way we can do that. And I'm like,
we've had, this is crazy because you're in the wedding world too, in photography, but we have a lot of brides come to Wilmington to have their wedding who live in Charlotte and Raleigh. And they're coming here because they can get a wedding for like half of what it costs, the same wedding in Charlotte or Raleigh, mostly Charlotte.
Because we say yes.
But they'll come here to a beach town, to like a relatively like high-end beach town.
But if you went to Miami, okay.
Right? Yeah. And so it's crazy for me to think about, wait, caterers are going to charge you double what I do in Charlotte? Like, I know it's not costing them more to do it in Charlotte, but... That's the market difference is crazy to me because it really doesn't always make sense. It's not like they're.
I shot a wedding in Sweden one time, and it was cheaper for them to fly me out there and pay my fee than to hire a local photographer.
Crazy.
Which was wild to me then, and then so naturally I'm like, okay, man, how can I get some more European weddings?
Right, and you could charge a little bit more probably now that you know that.
But no, it's. The pricing thing is always tricky because it is absolutely case by case. And to me, when I'm pricing someone, I want it to be personal. I would like to have a point of conversation versus an email. I hate it when it's all digital. Someone reaches out to me, I'm like, I'd much rather say, hey, can we jump on a quick phone call so I can kind of hear the scope of what you're doing, kind of hear you talk about it and hear where you're at. You know what I mean? Versus you're just waiting for me to send you a number, you know?
Right. And the number can change wildly depending on what you end up doing for them.
Yeah.
You know, we have that too, or we'll have brides reach out for a quote and they're just like, we have 200 people. We want 4 apps and 2 proteins and, you know, and they don't give us a budget. And we're like, okay, but we can either quote you for lobster or chicken.
Yeah,
you
protein can go a lot of different directions.
What you got to give us a budget, and that way we know what we're working with. And they never want to give us a budget because they all think that we're just going to charge them that no matter, even if we're just making them ground beef tacos and chicken breast, you know?
Right.
So they never want to give us a budget. And then when we quote them something, they're like, whoa, that's too much. And I'm like, well, you could have given us a number.
100%. And a lot of times the sense of value changes person to person.
For sure.
So what do you value?
Right.
You know what I mean? As the clients I've named, they value marketing.
Yeah.
They value this thing that they have, you know, spent their life investing in. They value showcasing that in a light that is professional and beautiful and says that they are serious about what they do.
Yeah, they respect respect the product, and they've seen long term what the ROI is on that, to like really respect what you're creating is worth the expense. Do you have to have that conversation with people, with new people? Like, do you have to help them justify it? Or do you just say, here's the price, take it or leave it?
No, I mean, it's, you know, if it's a small business, you know, usually they're kind of just getting into it. They don't fully know. And then I know there's going to be a sticker shock. You know what I mean? And so if they've reached out to me, it's usually, sometimes they'll reach out. They're like, hey, we're struggling and we need to do something. So we need photography. And I'm like, oh God.
Right. They're not going to
I'm your last bastion of hope at this point. And I'm about to scare you with, you know.
Can you take pictures of the food and we'll feed you after as payments?
Oh, dude. Yeah.
I bet you get that a lot.
I've got a stack of gift cards about that big.
Gift cards
Wish I
for
got
a
a fun
burger
gift card story to tell you.
Right. That will not pay the power bill.
I can't pay the mortgage.
No, you can't pay the mortgage with a gift card.
No. But it is fun for date nights, my wife and I.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, hey, where are we going to go? I don't know. Let's just pick one, you know, shuffle. But yeah, and so it's you're always just trying to feel out what other people value. And it's tough when the moment I sink down into the hole of trying to explain my value, I know I've already lost.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's tough. And that's when I just try to point them to, hey, just go to my Instagram or go to my website, see what I do, you know, maybe just kind of feel it out yourself.
Yeah.
You know, if it's something that's valuable to you or not. Otherwise, I got other photographers I can refer you away.
For sure. Because everybody's a photographer.
Everyone's a photographer.
Everybody.
That's a fun one. And also, that's a whole different story. But like,
no, tell me what.
No, it's like, this is a tricky one. When I speak to other photographers in town, it's tough and this is what changes the market value of something oftentimes, is when photographers just want to get work, you know, or they're, you know, maybe they don't have a family to feed or anything else. They're like, I just want to get work. I just want to get my name out there. And so they'll do stuff for free, or, hey, I'll do that for $100 or a gift card. And it's like, and that just drives the value down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's always, you know, that gets tough at that point when you're trying to, you know, when they're no longer working with that client reaches out to you and you're suddenly dramatically different.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like, wait, you won't do it for $100?
Right. Yeah. So
I get it. Well, what are you excited about coming up in your world?
Vacation Monday.
Cool. In your business world, what are you excited about?
World. Just picked up some cool new clients this past week shooting for them. Butcher's Market, shout out to those guys.
We serve Butcher's Market steaks at every dinner party we do.
Just awesome. Love those great guys. And we had a super fun 2-day shoot, past 2 days. And recently went out and shot at Wilder's Wagyu Farm with 25 chefs across the state that came together to eat, not to cook. for them to showcase their steaks and everything,
Okay.
their meat. And I just fell in love with that place. It was like you walked out into Yellowstone. It's only an hour from here. And
That's cool.
and NC Department of Agriculture was there. It was like a whole thing. So that kind of made me be like, okay, I want to shoot more farms and live fire cooking and, you know.
Well, I am so glad we finally did this.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know what I was scared
I
of.
feel like we need a part 2. I feel like we're just getting going. But
Yeah. Yep. There's always a lot to talk about. You want to start another business?
God, no.
This was a question that I was going to ask in the beginning, and it left my brain. But partnerships are tricky. They, no matter like if you have a great relationship with somebody, going into business with somebody makes it complicated. It's dangerous. What do you think helped make it work for us? Because I feel like there were times that we could have like come to blows about stuff.
For sure.
So
I think I can speak for myself and say that I'm okay with you doing the things you're strong at doing. I don't need a say in those things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I've joked about this at the Starling. Like when it comes to springtime, we're decorated beautifully out there on the patio with the flowers and everything. And I would just walk up and see him there, and I'm like, you know, like, oh my God. My first thought obviously is
How
the
much
dad
did
thought
she
of how much
spend?
was this?
what did she do?
But that doesn't matter to me because I know that your touch on things is, you know, fantastic, and it brings a value to the business aesthetically and everything. But like, and that's a small example, but I don't need to control what you do. And I trust your decisions pretty much all the time, you know, unless you want to open another bar.
No, I don't.
Trust.
I don't. Not right now. I think too, it's one of the things that we talked about in the very beginning when we were working on our like operating agreement. What are we going to do when there's conflict? And I remember you said, Abby, I'm not worried about conflict. I feel like there's not anything that could happen that you and I couldn't just sit down and talk it through.
Just be honest
and
about it.
figure it out.
Yeah.
And I think that that's hard for people to do. They get weird about it. And we've had some moments where we've had to talk some things through. And you have to be able to do that and kind of lay down your like personal opinion and your offense and your whatever your grievance is, and like this is a business, and so now we have to like come together as business partners and as friends and figure it out. And we've always been able to do that. I think that's why we haven't murdered each other.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, none of it is worth relationship.
Right.
To me,
Right.
I've seen relationships, you know,
Destroyed.
fall by the wayside and just be destroyed over stupid shit. And I'm like, it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
When it's all said and done and we leave this earth, like I couldn't care less about what we did in the bar.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
like, I
true.
just don't care.
In the grand scheme.
Yeah. And the older I get, the more those relationships have value to me, you know? And I'm like, it's just not worth it, you know?
Yeah. Well, and we were friends and basically siblings, I feel like, before we ever opened a business together. And like, that's the most important thing. So yeah, it's been nice to know that I didn't have to worry about you, like either one of us, like flying off the handle and doing something dumb.
So. Now, you wouldn't talk to me when we were kids, but
that's not true.
You were way too cool.
It's not true.
It's absolutely true.
It's not true. It's a fabrication.
Yeah. When she finally started talking to me, I was like, wow, I have arrived. Okay.
You were not right. Okay. On that note, we're gonna say goodbye. I appreciate you very much. It's been great to have you along the ride for Salt and Charm and help me grow that business, and also to be in business with you. Yeah. Building two of the coolest bars in this town.
Absolutely. Thank you for helping me grow my photography business.
Yeah, man.
Now stop posting those old pictures.
I only post them for nostalgia. Come on.
Let me know you're going to post them, and I'll re-edit them real quick.
They have their value. Look how far Matt has come. Also, look how far Abby has come.
Yes.
So, thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining me on Business from Scratch. Follow the show for more honest conversations about building a business that works for you.